Hello everyone, a very warm welcome again to the virtual session of Science Children. I hope you all are preparing for your periodic assessment too and your notebooks are all updated hopefully. So please refer to the notes, to the diagrams which was told to you in the previous session. It was mentioned to you all all the diagrams, distance time graph which you have drawn. Please refer to that. Please revise your concepts well children. So let's get started for the day. Let us see what are we going to have in this session. As we have started with the chapter Weather, Climate and Adaptation of Animals of Climate, and we already had 2 sessions and some small part of the chapter is not covered, so that will not be assessed. Please stick to the notes given for this chapter. Only that much portion for that chapter will be assessed in the exam, so please do not worry about that. The part which we have not done will not be assessed. So in this session, since we need revision also this week, so let us do NCERT exercise for this chapter. Some part of the chapter is not done, so you need not worry about that. That part will not be assessed. Whatever is done, please stick to that. Please refer to the notes given to you all. Please be prepared with that notes. So let us do NCERT exercise question and answers, and the question and answers which are related to the concept which I have not done with you all, is not being explained to you all, those questions will be omitted in NCERT exercise. So I will discuss only those questions for which the concepts is done with you all. So let's get started. Here you have first question: name the elements that determine the weather of a place. So the answer, you have already done this. Temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind are the elements that determine the weather of a place. So these are the very important factors, and you all know weather of a place is the atmospheric condition which we take into account on a daily basis. So we take into account the temperature, the rainfall, the humidity and the wind. All these factors plays very important role. Please do write in your notebook children all these question answers. As you all know, you have to write all the question answers of the NCERT exercise which is discussed. So let's go for next. When are the maximum and the minimum temperatures likely to occur during the day? So maximum temperature occurs during daytime and afternoon to be precise, whereas minimum temperature occurs early in the morning. This is very clear. Hopefully it's clear children. So let's go for question 3, filling the blanks. The average weather taken over a long time is called dash. So let us see the answer. You know the answer for this, that is climate. Then a place receives very little rainfall and the temperature is high throughout the year. The climate of that place will be dash and dash. So the climate of that place will be hot and dry. I hope this is clear with you all. Then the last one, the 2 regions of the earth with extreme climatic conditions are, here it is polar region and tropical region we have not done. So you can learn only one polar region which has extreme climatic condition. So in your answer you can write only one region of the earth with extreme climatic condition, that is polar region, since we have not done tropical region. And in your notebook you are going to write the statement along with the answer. Please do not mark objective in the textbook which was observed when you had submitted portfolio assessment, and you will have a marked answer in the textbook which is not allowed. Portfolio submission is always notebook work. So please see that I always emphasize, I always reinforce notebook work, and you have to write all the objectives in your notebook children. So here question number 4, indicate the type of climate of the following areas: Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala, Rajasthan, Northeast India. So let us see. Here you will have Jammu Kashmir moderately hot and wet, Kerala hot and wet, Rajasthan hot and dry, and Northeast India wet. Wet climate means too much of rainfall or good amount of rainfall, that becomes a wet area. Okay, so that is a wet region. And hot you already know, and dry also you know. Dry climatic condition means the humidity is less. the amount of water vapor in the air is very less. I hope this is clear. Very simple, children. So question number 5, which of the two changes frequently, weather or climate? So you know the difference between weather and climate. You have learned already. You know what is weather, you know what is climate. So you should know which changes frequently. Weather changes frequently but not climate, because you know weather is the atmospheric condition taken into account on daily basis, whereas climate of a place is the overall weather for long period of time, say 25 years, 30 years, like that. So that will not change, that will remain same. Climate will remain same for long years, because we are taking into account the weather condition for a long period of time to find climate of a place. So weather changes frequently but not climate. Question number 6, following are some of the characteristics of animals. White fur, need to migrate, layer of fat under skin. Next, wide and large paws. Question number 8, bright colors, that we will not do, because the tropical region and all that we have not done that part. State in which region the animals can adapt themselves. So we are not doing bright colors here, and we have omitted some part of the question. We have done polar region. So the animals found over here is in polar region, which will have white fur, like polar bear have white fur. They need to migrate, layer of fat under skin, wide and large paws. So all these are the animals, they adapt themselves in polar region. Migratory birds, you have learned about the Siberian crane, they migrate during winters. So all that you have learned. So this will go under polar region, which we have completed, which that concept we have done in the previous session. So some part of this question 6 is deleted, because we have not done all types of region. We have done majorly, we have seen polar region. So the answer for this is polar region. What about question number 8 now? Let us see, explain with examples why we find animals of certain kind living in particular climatic conditions. So you have learned about climatic condition, and you know how climatic condition affect the living things, and how it plays a very important role in the adaptation of animals in that particular place, because the climatic condition will determine how animals adapt themselves in that particular region. So animals are adapted to survive in the condition in which they live. Animals living in very cold and hot climate must possess special features to protect themselves against the extreme cold or heat. Example, polar bears have white fur so that they are not easily visible in the snowy white background. It protects them from their predators. It also helps them in catching their prey. To protect them from extreme cold, they have 2 thick layers of fur. They also have a layer of fat under their skin. In fact, they are so well insulated that they have to move slowly and often rest to avoid getting overheated. So this is the adaptation shown by polar bears, and because they have to suit themselves to the given climatic condition, in the snowy region, in the polar region where it is very cold and the body has lots of fat as an insulator for their body to keep them warm. So this is how we find animals of certain kinds in a particular climatic condition. I hope this is clear. So question number 11 now. Which features adapt polar bears to live in extremely cold climate? White fur, fat below skin, keen sense of smell. Next, thin skin, large eyes, a white fur. A long tail, strong claws, white large paws. Next, wide body, paws for swimming, gills for respiration. So you know the adaptation of the polar bears, how they adapt themselves, what are the modifications in the body which help them to survive in the polar region. So the answer for this is the first one, a white fur, and they camouflage with the snow, white snow, because they are themselves white in color with white fur, and they can protect themselves from predators because they can camouflage in the snowy region. Fat below skin to give insulation to the body during extreme cold. and keen sense of smell, to smell predators, to smell for in search of food. All these are the adaptation of the polar bear. And you have to write the question with the correct answer. This is a MCQ, so always write question and the correct answer with the correct option number, children. So here we come to an end of the session. There are certain questions which we have not covered because that concept was not covered, and it will not be assessed, children. Whatever is covered in NCERT exercise, please do write in your notebook. I hope you are maintaining your notebook, children. Thank you, children, and have a great day.